What we're going to do today is we are going to install the SP-10R into an Obsidian base with the Boron tonearm. This is exactly the same turntable as the SL-1000R. Only difference being this does not have a plinth or a tonearm. It's the same exact turntable, same exact power supply. We're going to open it up, and when Technics designed this turntable, they designed it in a way that physically it'll drop right into an Obsidian base, and we can mount our own tonearm, which is much better than the one that's on the SL-1000, and end up with a turntable that's superior to the SL-1000 and looks a lot better also. This is the Obsidian base that Technics made over the years for the SP-10 turntables. The new turntable is exactly the same size, and it'll drop right in and bolt right up. The arm board will accept the Boron tonearm, the 100 mkii, which is the rarest and most expensive and nicest tonearm Technics ever made. This Obsidian base, if you look at it, it's solid obsidian. The less expensive Obsidian base is partially obsidian with a wooden bottom. This is solid obsidian and is extremely heavy. It's the best that Technics ever made. The other advantage to this plinth versus the SL-1000R is it has a beautiful hinged dust cover. The SL-1000R simply has a dust cover that sets on top of the turntable, and you run a real risk of damaging the tonearm or wrecking the dust cover. I don't understand why they made a dust cover that wasn't hinged. But the one that fits on here is really beautiful, and I'll show you. Let me go grab one. As you can see, this dust cover is really thick plastic. It's very heavy, and it's hinged and stays up nicely. And when it goes down, covers the turntable beautifully. It's very cosmetic, and it's too bad that the SL-1000R didn't have something built into it like this, but it doesn't. The SL-1000 simply, boink, drops on the turntable and is highly susceptible to getting damaged. This is the lesser expensive of the Obsidian bases. See, it's got the wood on the bottom and then partial obsidian. And this is an old original SP-10 turntable that drops right into the plinth. The new turntable is exactly the same size, so it'll drop right in there and bolt in just like the original SP-10. Okay, we're going to open up this brand new SP-10R and take it out of the box and mount it into the new Obsidian plinth. They come from the factory double boxed. Okay, here we are opening up the brand new SP-10R. Manual, turntable mat, and it looks like they give you with this one looks like 4 different power cords with different configurations on the end so that this thing can be used worldwide. So At any rate, there's 4 power cords that come with it. I wasn't aware of that. Connector to the power supply. This is the power supply, which I'm sure, because of the power cords, is a universal power supply that'll operate at any voltage. I like to be careful taking everything apart so you don't just take the packing and just tear the heck out of it. And there we have our power supply. Operates all the way from 110 volts up to 240. So it is a universal power supply that can be used anywhere. The turntable itself looks like that's the platter. And these things all come with a special set of handles to tighten down the screws on the platter when you mount it to the turntable. Or what these do is allow you, with these 2 holes right here, to lift the platter and set it down on the turntable so you're not doing it like this and running a chance of nicking the turntable up. So those handles we're going to use. These are the screws for the platter. 45 adapter. This is an extremely heavy platter. It's very nice looking. And the thing about it that makes it very unusual compared to their older ones are these pins in here, if I remember right, are made of titanium. And this is used to make this platter perfectly balanced. It is definitely the prettiest platter of any of the turntables that they ever made, besides being big and beefy and heavy. A lot of the times at the shows, Technics doesn't even bother putting the rubber mat on. They just play it like this so people can see how pretty the platter is. And this is how you can handle the platter. Very beautiful piece. 3 speeds. really a pretty turntable, no question about it. We can leave this on. This is the connecting cord that goes to the power supply. So we're going to take the turntable and get it in the base. I'm going to see if the handles for the platter will also work on this, which would make it easier to install. They do. This will make it much easier to install the turntable into that 90-pound plinth. Okay, here we go. You want to guide that cable out that back. Just like that, bigger than life. Now there's screws that hold it in from the bottom, just like the original screws on the original SP-10. And I didn't see those screws anywhere in this box, so we're going to have to find our own, I guess. And I think I might have some here. I'll have to take a look, but at any rate, there's 4 screws that come up through the bottom, thread into the underside of the turntable to hold it steady to the plinth. We won't do that right now because I don't know if we have the screws here, but we'll continue to assemble it so you can see how everything works. Center the platter right over the threaded pegs, and then there's some special screws that come with it that actually fasten the platter to the body of the turntable, and we'll be putting those in so you can see how those work. And these tighten up with just a regular screwdriver, which I'll go get. Go get the screwdriver. Now we're going to show you the prize that's going on there. This is an EPA-100 Mark II Boron titanium tonearm. Best tonearm Technics ever made. Most expensive also. But nonetheless, the performance of this arm exceeds the performance of the standard arm that comes on the SL-1000R. The bearings in these EPA-100s are ruby bearings. It's just the best technology Technics ever had is sitting right here in this tone arm, and that's what's going on that turntable. Okay, the tone arm and the arm board, when Technics made this, they made certain arm board to accommodate the EPA-100 tone arms. So you don't have to worry about any alignment or anything when you use the EPA-100, which is the same exact size as the EPA-100mkii. It fits right on there beautifully. There's a ring that comes in from the bottom with 3 screws that tighten the turntable or the tone arm to the arm board, and then the arm has got the ability to raise and lower. It's got anti-skating and all the things that, you know, the normal tone arm would have. There's an Ortofon cartridge on there. We would suggest with a turntable of this quality that you put the best cartridge on there that you can afford. This turntable, the way it sits right now, will equal the performance in every way of the SL-1000R, with one exception. The tone arm's better. So you got to be your own judge. When you look at the SL-1000R with the silver plinth, do you like the looks of that more, or do you like the looks of this more? Because the cosmetic appearance, in our opinion, is way better like this than the other way. And I'll put the dust cover on here so you can see how it looks with the dust cover down and the turntable all together. Voila, just like that. Now, if you want to put the rubber mat on there, you're free to do so, of course, if you want. There's also other manufacturers that make mats that are made out of all kinds of stuff that you can put on there if you want. But like I say, at the shows, the Technics guys never put it on there. They just wanted people to look at that beautiful platter. But there's the rubber mat that comes from the factory. And that's what it looks like with the dust cover down. Now, the appearance of that, in our estimation, is way nicer than the SL-1000R. When you have the Obsidian plinth and the Boron tone arm and the heavy cartridge and all that, the price ends up being about the same as an SL-1000R. The performance is better with this one, and the cosmetic appearance with this one is significantly nicer. So you got to be your own judge looking at this to say, do you like the looks of this one better or not? We think it's way nicer. We've got one available. These are nearly impossible for any dealers now to get their hands on. So if you've been waiting to find an SL-1000R and you would like something that's every bit as good and a little nicer, this is the one for you. We've got one. Contact us if you want to own it, and you'll be happy as a lark when you get it.